I'm not interested in any of this obfuscating or prevaricating
Mhm,
or posturing. Name the
mhm.
trait.
Name the trait for what? For the vegan
Yeah,
things?
name the trait that if
We're
it
gonna
were
have
to be true of
to well,
humans, that
let's
is
yeah.
currently true of animals, would make it
Well
morally permissible to factory farm and eat them for food.
mhm.
Name the trait.
Yeah, is that a knowledge claim that you're asking?
Do you know? Oh my, you're so. I can't say that. Yeah, it has nothing to do with epistemology. Name the trait.
It doesn't have anything to do with epistemology? Are you making a knowledge claim?
No, you would
You're
be because I'm
not
asking
you're not
you to
making a
name the trait.
knowledge well, you're asking me a question. I'm
Yeah, no.
asking
So
you.
I could be
I'm at
agnostic on vegan ethics and still ask
mhm.
you to name the trait. Name the trait.
I see. So you're asking me a question, a knowledge-based question,
Yeah,
right?
I'm asking you to name the trait.
Okay, so I real quick, just so we can cover a few things. Let's first let's start with knowledge claims themselves. Or is that okay? Can we do that? Take
What we
a
can
look
do
here
is
at the
look.
meta
This
ethics.
is this is this is what we can. Oh my goodness! Never say meta ethics again. You have no idea what that means. What we
What does
can
it
do
mean?
is have you name the trait.
Yeah, but the thing is I think we have to take a look at a few things to justify whether or
Oh my
not you can
gosh.
even ask me this
Why
question.
why are you dodging? Why on
Dodging
earth?
what?
You're doing the Jay Dyer thing, right? Like this stupid dumb fuck EO Jay Dyer thing. And you're dodging the question. So maybe if I autistically repeat it,
Okay,
I'll get an answer.
if you want me
Name the
to
trait.
only okay, here's my position then, if you're asking me this question. Is the question that you're trying to ask me directly I was trying to throw you a bone here, but is the question you're asking me directly just this? Is there a trait which animals have that human beings don't have that justifies you in eating them?
Wow. Finally.
Is that the
Yes,
question
that's
you're
the
asking
question.
me?
Yeah, that's the question.
Okay.
There you go.
The response to this question is I'm sure there is. However, there are so many traits which exist that I could not possibly name it unless you can name all of the traits that human beings have so that I can pick one. Can you?
What in the flying fuck? Repeat what you just said. Please repeat it.
Yeah.
I want everyone to
So,
hear what you just said.
do you agree with me that there's somewhere around, I don't
No,
know,
no,
an
no, no.
infinite
Just
amount of
repeat exactly what you just
Mhm.
said. The dumb
If it
shit
is the
that came out of your
case,
mouth, repeat it.
there's nothing dumb about what I just said. Is it the
Look, I
case
grant that you don't think there's anything dumb about it,
Mhm.
but I know what
Yeah.
you just said is stupid. So repeat it.
Okay, well, then what did I just say?
Yeah, what you just said is this. I believe
Mhm.
there is a trait, right? But I could
Yeah.
never know what it is because there's so many. And you would have to name every single one of the traits for me to know which one it is. So
Well,
repeat that, please.
do you agree with me that because you
No,
just
I
asked me
wouldn't.
a
If I call
question,
you stupid, why would I agree?
do
Never
you
you
agree
stupid.
with
Lock
me?
in.
I don't understand why you're freaking out. Do you agree with me that there's so many
Stupidity
traits?
annoys me. That's why I'm freaking out.
Do you okay, can you answer a
Do you? Do
question
you?
for
Do
me?
you? Are you going to answer my question, or are you going to
I
keep
just
on
did.
dodging
I
it?
answered.
I
I
asked you.
didn't
No,
I'm
no, no.
sorry, did I answer
I
your
asked you to
question?
name the trait, right?
I
So I asked you to
answered
name the trait,
yeah, and I
and then what
answered the
you did was you
question.
said this. You said there are
Mhm.
so many traits. I can't
Yeah.
actually name the trait until you tell me all the traits, which means the answer to the question is no, right? What you
Well,
said is
no,
contradictory.
no,
I
no,
can give
there's
you
no
the trait, but
contradiction.
I also can't give you the trait. You
You're
don't think
really
that generates a
freaking
proposition? Wait, you
dude,
don't think that that proposition generates a
bro,
contradiction?
you're
I
really
can
freaking
name the
out.
trait and also can't name the. Yeah, I told you, stupidity freaks me out, right?
Oh
Like when
man,
people
you're
say
freaking
stupid
out.
things, I agree. So can you name the trait?
Yeah, so I think I could, but you'd have to give me a list of every trait that
Wait,
a
I didn't
human
ask.
being
See,
has.
so this is a little bit of a tracking error on your part. I didn't ask
Oh,
you if you think you can name the trait. I
mhm.
asked you if you can name the trait, and you responded yes.
I can name the
So do
trait
you
if you
want to
give me a
look?
list of all
Do you
human
want to?
beings'
Do
traits.
you want to retract that claim?
No, I don't. No.
Okay, so wait, you can name the trait if I give you. So it's conditional. You can name the trait if and only if I list out every single trait which exists.
Yes.
Oh, that's retarded.
Why?
Yeah, that's just a dodge. So, do
Yeah,
you want to name the trait, or do you
why?
want to
Can you
continue
answer my
asking
question?
stupid questions?
What's wrong with that? Can you tell me what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with it?
Yeah.
So when I say, wait, I can't say that it's YouTube. Yeah. So when I say it's R worded,
Mhm.
that means it's dumb. So the issue with what you
Yeah,
said is that
what's
it's
wrong with
literally
it?
stupid.
What
Like it's
yeah,
the
what?
kind of thing an
That's not an
autistic.
art listen, that's not telling me what's wrong with it, except
Wait, do you
I
want it
just don't like
formalized?
it.
Wait. Do you want it? Do you want it
Yeah,
formalized?
yeah, give it to me in a
Yeah.
fucking
So premise
syllogism.
one: if it's the case that what you say is retarded, then I
Mhm.
shouldn't answer it, and then you could just follow
Yeah,
what
you're
you told
just
me.
but that's not telling me anything.
It's not telling
Okay, name the
what
traits
you said is
retarded.
retarded.
Name
I
the
think it's
traits
telling you that what
retarded.
you said is retarded.
Name the traits retarded. Oh, there we
So is the
go. That
trait
I
wait,
get that gave you
is
a
the
bunch
trait
of
retardation?
yeah,
Is
so
that the trait?
can you
Retardation?
answer what's the problem with that answer?
Are you like,
Can you answer what's the problem with that
what?
answer?
The
What's the
problem is that it's
problem with the
retarded.
answer?
Yeah, the
Oh, the problem
problem
is
is
it's
that it's
retarded.
retarded. What are you talking
What's the
about?
problem with the answer, dude? What's the problem?
Yeah, so like, look, maybe I could put it in a way that you understand. If I
Mhm.
ask you what day
Yeah.
it is today, and you say,
Mhm.
"Come fuck me in the ass," right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna say the answer that you gave to my question is retarded.
No, but if you ask me what day is it today, and I asked you to give me a
No,
list
no, no.
of
Do you
all of the
agree? Wait,
days.
I want to be clear. If
Mhm.
I ask you what day it is today, and you respond, "Come fuck me in the ass," you agree
Mhm.
that's a retarded response, right? And
Oh,
the issue
well,
with that response is that it's
I
retarded.
would agree that that would be a non sequitur,
No, 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 no,
or
no.
at
Do
least it
you
wouldn't
agree
be
that that's
moving
a
into what
retarded?
you're
No, no, no.
trying to
See,
talk.
see, that's not an
Dude,
answer to the
stop.
question. Do
Dude,
you agree that that's a
you
retarded
have to
response?
stop spurging out and we can have a
Look, look,
productive
look, look,
conversation.
look, look. I just want you to
How
agree
is it that
that
how
it's
is
a
it that you
retarded
think you're
response.
making orthodoxy look good here?
Wait, I never said I'm making orthodoxy look good. I
But
said you
I
make
thought
it
your
look bad.
entire objective
Oh,
that
my
make
entire
orthodoxy look
objection to
bad.
you is that you would lose to Synth in a debate on NTT because you're
Okay,
retarded. That's
well,
my
I
entire
gotta tell
objection.
you, if you ask me a
Yeah,
question,
well,
you
I gotta
realize
tell
that
you, you're looking
yeah,
really bad
you
right now.
realize that
If you did this to
questions
Synth, he would
yeah.
make you look retarded.
Is there a wrong answer to NTT?
Yeah, any answer that leads to a reductio or a contradiction would be a wrong answer.
Did I give you an answer that led to a reductio?
No, no, no. You didn't give me an
No.
answer.
No, I gave you an answer.
No, no, no. You didn't give me an answer.
I gave you an answer. Yes, I
No, no,
did.
no. You no, no, no. You didn't. See, what you did was you gave a conditional. You said, "I will give you an answer if you do X," which means you didn't give me an answer.
No,
You
I
moron.
didn't actually say that. What I said was
Wait, you didn't say that? So you didn't
no.
say that you would
What I
name the
said
trait.
was
No, no, no. Sorry, sorry.
I
No,
do
sorry,
n
sorry,
dude,
sorry. So you didn't say you
you
would give
have
me the
to
trait
let
if I named every trait that was in existence.
if
That's
you
not what you
don't
said.
if you don't let the other person speak, we can't even have a discussion.
No,
So
no. We
you
can have
tell
a
me when you're
discussion when you
done.
stop saying false
You
things.
let me know when you're done speaking, and then I'll speak. Go ahead.
Yeah, when I mute my mic, that means I'm done speaking.
So anyway, whenever you let me know, just give me the high sign.
Well, when I muted my mic after I said when I mute my mic, I'm done speaking. A normal person would take that as a cue to talk.
Yeah. So I mean, are you done? Do you want to let me talk? Did you just
Can you
say
not
no?
see when I mute my mic? Can you not see that?
Well, no, I actually can't see that.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute it now.
Okay, thanks. That's all I was asking for. So actually, that's not what I said. I didn't actually say the only way that I could name a trait is through this. What I said was this specifically. You asked a question, can you name a trait? Right? That's you asking a question. I answered your question. I do believe I could name a trait. I just think you would have to list every single trait a human being has for me to do so. That's not only is that not evading the question, but there's nothing there that leads to a reductio. And your only response is that's retarded, which is that's not false.
Yeah, so
What are you saying
just to
there?
clear up some of the
What are
confused
you
things you
saying
said,
there?
one, I never said that
Mhm.
you said you could only answer the question if I gave you every single trait. What I said is that you said you would answer the question if I named every single trait.
Yeah.
That is what you said. And I
Yeah.
said your response is retarded
Why?
because it's not an answer.
Yeah, it is an answer.
No, 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 it's not an answer. In the same
No,
way,
it's
if I were to
literally an
ask you,
answer.
yeah, in the same way, if I were to ask you, what
Mhm.
day is it today? And you
Yeah.
responded, come fuck me in the ass, that's
Yeah,
a
but
response,
those
but
things
it's
wouldn't
not
be
actually an answer
yeah,
to my
but
question.
those things wouldn't
So
be
then I would just
equal.
respond by saying,
Yeah.
that's retarded. And then if you were to
Okay.
ask me, well, what's the problem
Mhm.
with it? I would respond again with, that's retarded.
Okay. So let me respond to this. So if it is the case that that somebody asks you what day of the week it is and you said something about fucking in the ass, that wouldn't be relaying to the actual question that they asked you. I am actually answering the question you asked me directly. I even asked you to make sure I had it clear.
No, you
The
didn't
only thing
provide
that
an
I
answer.
told you
You're
is
aware
that
that,
the
look,
only
you're aware that, look, look,
let
look,
me
this is
talk
like,
for five
I
seconds
know, but
before you
like,
cut in.
this is
I've
just
been
autism.
super
Look, no,
super
no, no,
good
no, look, look, look,
been
look,
super
look,
good
look,
faith
just
with you. I
relax,
don't know why you're
relax,
spurging out so
relax.
badly.
I need you to relax. Look, look. I don't want to
Nobody,
walk you through
dude.
this.
Okay, walk me
I
through
don't
it.
want to have to walk you through
I
this like
need
this.
you to walk me through it.
If
Real
someone asked
slow.
me, look, yeah,
Mhm.
I will. I'll do it real slow. I know you like a real
Okay.
slow answer. I got you.
Mhm.
If someone asked me the question,
Yeah.
what day is it today? And then I say, I mean, look, you're just gonna have to tell me every single day
Yeah.
of every single month of every
Before they can
single year in human
answer
history
yeah.
before I can answer your question.
So if somebody said that
You
they
stop,
needed
stop, stop,
yeah.
stop, stop,
Okay.
stop,
Go ahead.
stop.
Mhm.
That means they're providing a conditional, right? They're saying, I will answer your question if
Mhm.
and only if you meet condition X. Well,
Yeah,
that means
so
they
no,
just didn't
that's
answer the stop.
yeah, that's not what they're
That
saying.
is
You fucking
stop,
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 stop.
stop, stop.
Look,
That
dude,
just means they didn't answer the
you have
question.
to
They gave a
let the other
conditional in which they
guy
would look.
you
They
have
gave
to
conditions under which they would answer the question.
okay.
And the
Go
principle I
ahead. You
set
tell me.
forth with the other, yeah, and the principle I set forth with the analogy is that
Mhm.
if instead of answering my question, you just say something stupid, I'm
Mhm.
going to call it retarded.
Okay.
And instead of answering my question, you
Yeah.
just said something stupid, so I
Mhm.
called it retarded.
Okay.
Do you understand now?
Yeah. So, can I respond now?
Yeah, you have permission. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, if it was the case that somebody said to you, "Hey, what day of the week is it?" The other person said, I can't answer that without more information," and then told you what the requisite information was that they would need so that they could give you a concise answer. That is actually answering your question. Can you refute that in any way or tell me how that's wrong?
Yeah, I want. This is so stupid.
I know,
So
but you still haven't actually contended
you're
with what
so
I'm
fucking
saying.
dumb. No. You're so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, you
Actually,
just
I'm
keep
not.
saying
No.
that, but
Stop.
I'm
Stop.
waiting for you to actually
Relax.
give me
Relax.
something here.
Relax. Relax.
I'm relaxed.
Yeah. So in order for me to answer your question, you need
Mhm.
to meet these conditions. And then you said that's an answer to your question. You
Oh,
understand how that? Yeah, you understand how affirming
I
those two
see.
propositions.
How long
Stop.
have you
You
been
wait, no,
diddling?
no, no,
How
I
long
just
have
wait.
you been
I just
diddling
want to.
kids?
I just want to be.
How long
I
have
just
you
want
been
to be.
diddling kids? Answer the question. Answer the question.
I just want to be clear.
Uh-huh.
You understand how affirming both those propositions is contradictory, correct? Like,
They're
you understand that.
neither are propositions.
What?
You fucking idiot, neither are propositions. It's one's an
Wait, so
answer to a
I just want to
question.
be I just want to be
Yeah,
clear.
that's correct.
No,
Those
no, no,
aren't
stop,
asking me a
monkey, put
question's
a
not a
banana, monkey,
proposition,
put a
you
banana in it.
stupid fuck.
Monkey, put a
I'm
banana in
sorry,
it.
is a question a proposition?
Yeah, so, oh my goodness, monkey, banana, mouth.
Answer my question.
Monkey,
Is a
banana, mouth,
fucking
mouth.
question a
So if you
proposition?
affirm the proposition, right,
Is a question a
then I will
proposition?
stop.
Answer my
I
question.
will answer, yeah, hush, monkey. I will
Okay.
answer your questions
Okay,
if you
okay,
meet
dude,
conditions
dude.
X, right?
Mystery,
Now that's a
mystery, mystery,
proposition because of
mystery,
screw cap.
mystery. Mute
Either
the
you
spurg,
will
mute
do
the
it
spurg,
or you
mystery.
won't.
Mute the
And then
spurg.
you also affirm the proposition,
Mute
I've
the
answered your
spurg. The
question.
spurg won't let
Now
me
that's
talk,
true
so
theft, right? Because either
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
true
do you think
or
that
it's false.
spurging yeah, so when you
Affirming
say
both of those propositions
wait,
simultaneously
none of those are
generates.
propositions. What are you talking about? You fucking idiot. Let's start with this. This is really simple.
There you go.
I will let you talk, dude. You have to chill the fuck out, but I'll let you talk. But you need to answer a question first. Is a question a proposition? I'm going to unmute you so you can talk. Is a question a proposition? Just start with yes or no, then give your qualifier.
No. A question is not a proposition. Moron.
So then when you
No.
said
Just
when
stop.
hang on. No,
You're,
you
you're so
stop,
stupid.
fucker.
Oh my god, you're
Let
so.
me finish, fucker.
All right, I'll
So
just
so
cut
the
him off. He can't
question
help himself, dude.
yeah, I know, dude. This guy can't have a conversation.
This
So
is why nobody likes these fucking people. They're all
yeah,
like
so
this.
if it's the case that a question is not a proposition, why'd you just say that the answer to that proposition that you said it was a it's not a proposition. Do you understand that? But
You
anyway, I'm
understand
muted.
that I asked you. You're so stupid. I
Oh.
asked you a question and you provided a
Mhm.
response which was propositional. You said, "I will do X if you meet X
That's
conditions."
not actually the case. What I said was
Wait, that's
I
not what.
believe
Wait, that's
no.
not what you said.
Nope,
So you
it's
didn't
not.
say. Wait, so you didn't say you would answer the question if I provided every trait that exists. You didn't say that.
No. What I said was this. I
Oh, you want
believe
to bet
there
on that? Wait, do you
is
want to bet on
I
that?
what I said was I believe there
Do you
is a
want to bet on
yeah, I
that?
want you to shut up so I
You
can
only
finish
need
Yeah,
to
that's
say
answering.
what I
things
thought.
one time,
Yeah,
Saucy.
dude, just chill
Relax.
out. Dude, chill out.
I'm sorry, I just can't deal
This
with
isn't
What I
retards.
fucking
said
Jerry Springer, dude.
yeah,
Chill the
dude, just
fuck
chill
out.
the fuck out.
I know it's not Jerry Springer.
So
It's the
anyway,
retard.
Then stop acting like it,
yeah, just
idiot.
calm down,
And
dude.
stop acting like an idiot.
Look at you. You
Grown
just
ass
can't
man, by
control
the way.
Yeah,
yourself.
you're a fucking child, dude. You're a petulant child.
Exactly. So
This is
do
why
you?
nobody takes you seriously.
Yes, exactly, definitely. Wait,
Yeah, I
I just
know.
want.
Glad you agree.
Wait, retard. I just want you to be very clear. The dumb fuck who you think is like the orthodox god here couldn't open an olive
Who
jar
thinks that?
after he made fun of a woman for doing. Nobody takes his dumb ass
Yeah, well,
serious.
I guess if she had opened the olive jar, you'd have a good point.
Yeah, she didn't open the olive jar,
That's
and neither
right.
did
She
your
didn't
dumb
fucking
ass.
open the
Right?
that's
You
right.
couldn't. Yeah,
That's
you
right.
couldn't
She
do.
didn't.
Yeah, you
Who
couldn't do what
cares?
the weak
Who
woman
cares?
couldn't do
Now,
either. Yeah,
if she
the
could
woman
if
that you
she
called weak couldn't
I
open the olive jar,
guess
and neither could you.
never
You're
fucking
fucking
said it.
retarded,
You're just
and you're
making
weak.
shit up. But anyway,
Never fucking said it.
if you could, if you could just tell me,
Guys, you know
is
you don't do
a
apologetics.
question a
The
proposition?
answer
You
was
said
no.
no. Okay, well then I don't understand. What are you trying to
You
dispute
didn't
here?
ask a question,
Yeah,
moron. You prefer the proposition.
what are you trying to dispute here?
You didn't ask a question. That's what's in dispute. Like,
No,
you're
you
so
asked
stupid.
me a question, and what I told
Yeah,
you
dumb
was
fuck. I didn't say my question was
yeah.
propositional. I
Can
said
you
your
just
response
steal
was. Idiot.
what part of my response was propositional?
Yeah, when you said that I will answer your question
That's
if
not
it's
what I
the case
said.
that you meet. That is what you said.
Nope, and I'll tell you
Oh
my
my god.
position
You
again.
look. Do you want to bet on that? We could bet
Yeah,
$1,000.
yeah, sure. I mean, here's
You
what I
have
said.
$1,000, dude?
This is
Yeah,
clipped,
put
right?
it in
This
an
is being
account and
recorded?
we'll bet. So
All right, great. Good. Thank you.
here's my precise position. I do believe that there is a trait, right? I just don't know what it is. But if you were to list off all human traits, I would be happy to name whatever that trait is if I knew what it was.
All right,
That's it.
great. So you do think there is a trait, but you don't know what it
Yes.
is. Okay, great. So you
Not off
are
the top of my
aware.
head, but I believe that there is a trait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. Fantastic.
Yeah.
You are aware that that's not naming the trait right. That's the question. Can you name the trait? Which
Mhm.
means your answer is no.
Yeah,
You
but
just think there is one. Like, look,
well,
I just want you. I want you to
wait a
be clear.
second.
Look, just wait. I want to be
Hang on.
clear here.
Yeah, go ahead.
You thinking there is a trait and not
Mhm.
knowing what it is
Yeah.
not a response to NTT because I'm asking you to name the trait.
Yeah, I
You
know
just
what you're
conceded
asking.
that you. Yeah. You just
This guy would
conceded
need a
that you
5-day
can't.
detox to be clear. Jesus Christ.
That's great. You just conceded that you can't.
That I
You
can't what?
understand that, right? That's a concession. You just said I can't name the trait. I just think it exists,
Yeah,
which means
but
you conceded that you can't name the trait.
hang on, I don't understand. What's actually
I,
wrong with that?
yeah, it's not a response.
It is a
It's a
response.
concession.
Yeah,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, right?
so
There's
let me
nothing
yeah,
wrong with
there's
it if
nothing
you
wrong with
affirm
it. Okay,
NTT.
so hang on.
No. I said there's nothing
Hang on.
wrong
Can
with
I
it
just
if you
dude,
affirm NTT.
can you calm
If
down?
you affirm NTT,
No, you wouldn't be affirming NTT.
I said there's nothing wrong with it
So
if
you
you affirm NTT.
still wouldn't no, you wouldn't be affirming it either way. What's
I
actually
didn't say you
wrong?
are. No. I didn't
So
say you are
yeah,
affirming it.
yes,
I
you
said
did
there's
say
nothing
that.
wrong with it. No, I didn't. I
let's
said there's
start
nothing
hang
wrong
on,
with it if
dude.
you affirm NTT.
Dude,
Or if
if you
you're
want
agnostic, like both of those are fine.
if you want to discuss it, we can discuss it. I'm going to ask you again. If a person tells you, for instance, let's say a person comes to you and you ask them a question and they say, I don't know off the top of my head, but I still believe that there is this thing, right? There is this thing. I still believe that this thing does exist. I just don't have the requisite information to name it because there's so many of them. I couldn't possibly know all of them off the top of my head. What's actually wrong with that?
Yeah, I just said there's nothing wrong
Then
if
what
you
is
affirm
your
it.
contention?
Stop. There's nothing wrong if, right?
Mhm.
If
Yeah.
you affirm NTT or you're
You would
agnostic.
need to why would you need to
If.
affirm NTT?
Yeah, or you don't. That's why I said or you're agnostic,
Why
right?
would you need
Try.
to be agnostic?
What do you mean? Why would you need to be agnostic?
Yeah,
Yeah,
why
because
is
if
that
you
a
have no,
necessary
yeah, because
conditional that
yeah.
you're agnostic?
Okay, let me add another one. Also, if you want to be rational.
Okay, so wait a second. How first of all, you'd have to demonstrate it as irrational,
I thought
but
that was.
before you even do
I
that,
guess
why would the two conditionals be that you would have to affirm NTT by answering that question that way? And how would it be the case that you would have to be agnostic? Can you explain that to me?
yeah, because if you don't know what the trait is, but you just think it exists, that means you have
Mhm.
no rational justification for holding the affirmation that it's perfectly morally permissible to factory farm animals and eat them for food.
Oh, no.
You have
That
no
wouldn't be an
rational
entailment
justification for
that
that belief.
wait. So
You have,
if you
wait, that's not
believe
an entailment? Wait, so
yeah,
not
no, it's
having an
not.
Sir,
argument,
let him
wait,
answer.
Yeah,
not
Let him
having an
answer,
argument
Saucy.
for a
bro,
proposition.
yeah, that
Okay,
wouldn't
whatever.
be how would that be irrational if you believed that there was X thing? And so you said that you
Yeah,
believed that there
because to be
was that
rational is
thing.
to have inferential justification.
Wait a second. Beliefs?
Yeah, for your beliefs. Yeah, to have
Okay, no.
inferential justification for your
Well,
beliefs.
your justification is your belief, right?
No, your
Oh,
justification is not your
okay.
belief.
So then
That's
give me
retarded.
then I'm
No.
sorry, it isn't. Then give me a stance independent justification for any fucking belief. You idiot.
A stance independent justification
Yeah,
for a belief.
yeah.
Reality. Like you're so fucking dumb.
Can you answer my question? Give me a stance independent
Yeah,
justification
No,
for
he
any
can't.
belief.
reality. Yeah, reality is the stance
Reality
independent
is a stance
justification.
independent justification.
Yup.
And are you the perceiver of reality?
Yeah, everyone
Then how would
perceives
that be
reality.
then how would that be stance independent, you fucking moron?
Are you retarded? Do you think that your
Yeah.
perception of do you think your perception of reality somehow changes reality? You fucking retard.
Wait, I'm sorry. Yes, I do. Yes, and so do you.
Oh, then wait. So you think that if I look at a tree, right? Let's just say
Mhm.
there's a tree which exists, okay?
Yeah.
And I look at that tree and I see a dog. You think that means that means there's a dog there instead of a tree? Like that's what you think?
Well, I think that if the case was that you were trying to justify there
Yes or
wasn't
no?
a dog there, and you only had the perception of the tree, that you would say that that was reality, right?
No. how you come to know that something is justified is
Mhm.
different than whether or not something exists.
Okay, then I'm waiting for your stance independent justification.
Yeah. So stance independent justification is existence.
Existence is your
That's
stance.
something which wait, no, that's something that
How
would
does
justify
stance how
that's
do I'm
something
sorry, I'm
that's
sorry.
something that would justify your stance.
I'm super confused.
Stance
How
independently.
does existence justify anything?
Yeah, because you can use that which exists to justify your positions. Like, what do you
No, no,
what?
you wait,
Like,
wait.
are you confused?
I'm sorry. That which exists justifies a position? Is that
Yeah,
right?
depending.
Okay,
Yeah,
what? I've never
what?
heard that before. Okay, so use something which exists in reality to justify, I don't know, an ought. Go ahead.
I know it depends on what it is, right? It
Oh,
doesn't
no, no,
justify
no. You
moral
just
proposition.
said you can justify your positions with what exists in reality, fucker.
Yeah,
So
wait, no,
tell me
that's
how I
true.
can get an
Yeah,
ought from something
that's
which
true.
exists in reality, dummy.
No, no, no.
Tell me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's true. Notice how I didn't say you can justify everything,
No, you
retard.
did say
Right.
that.
No,
Okay, so what can you
no, I didn't.
justify?
You're so retarded.
So what can
You
you
repeated
justify?
exactly
You
what
did
I
say
just
that,
said,
but
and even you didn't
you
say
did
everything.
no, bro,
You're
you
so
did say that.
fucking
But tell
stupid.
me, what
Yeah,
can
you
you
want to bet on that one
justify?
too? Wait, you want to put $1,000 on that? Wait, you want to put
What can
$1,000 on
you
that one too?
justify just by
Again,
Do
throwing
it's
in
not.
you
real
want
Again,
to
guys,
put
guys,
one
it's not
thousand
dude,
Jerry
you
dollars
will
Springer.
never
You
stop
don't
that
need to
one
fighting
repeat
me.
too?
yourselves 5 fucking times,
Retard.
dude. Again,
I don't
stick to
have to repeat
answering the
myself because this
questions.
retard
Answer
can't
them
cut.
once.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm just curious. What can you justify by it just existing? What is the justification there? What is the
Yeah,
philosophical justification?
I can justify my belief, and this is why I didn't say everything retard. Like, you're so retarded.
Okay.
It's hard for
Anything
shit.
would be
I
fine.
can
Just anything.
justify my belief that a tree exists. What? Well,
Mhm.
yeah, my belief that a tree exists is
Mhm.
justified because the tree exists, and I can use the tree that's in existence, right, to justify that belief.
So it's
Retard.
so wait, just to get this right, uh, so if I say I exist, that's a justification? Like, I think, therefore I am?
No,
Is
I
that
no,
gotta, I gotta
no.
justification?
stop you guys here, dude. If you can't stop fucking saying retard every 10 seconds, we're gonna have to end this.
Yeah, you
Whether
do have
Andrew
My
to.
likes
bad.
it or
My bad.
not.
Yeah.
No, it's not your fucking
moron.
bad. You said you weren't gonna do it to beginning. Fucking control yourself.
Oh
Yeah,
my
You're an
you
goodness.
do.
adult,
You want to
right?
You
start
do.
out?
You do need
You
to
have
do
a
that.
You are a
modicum
grown
of
ass man, and you're
self-control.
yelling right now. Just relax.
I'm
Just
not
relax.
yelling, dude. Like you fucking said you would control
Just
yourself,
relax.
and
Just
You
you've
did
been
promise
probably
to,
have
by
a
the way.
wife and
incapable.
kids. You're gonna wake up your wife. Just calm down, buddy.
No, no, listen, he's right. You did
Look,
promise you're
dude.
coming on a YouTube channel not to do that, so don't do it.
Like, show a modicum of fucking self-control, like impulse control. It's not Jerry Springer. It's not the fucking streets. We're here to have
Yeah.
a conversation. Act like a fucking grown-up or it's gonna end.
So
Go
if you're
ahead, gentlemen.
I think that streets comment was racially motivated, but that's fine.
okay, so
I
anyway,
have no
just
idea what race
look,
you are.
look,
I'm messing with you.
if
Relax.
man, if I went to your YouTube channel, obviously I wouldn't do things which would intentionally break the TOS on your YouTube
Yeah,
video.
that's my fault. I won't keep calling you.
Okay, so don't do that.
My
Okay,
bad. My bad. Yeah,
that's
that's fine.
ridiculous. But let's get back to this idea that you think that you can justify any claim because a thing exists.
Yeah, so I just want to be clear. What justifies a belief and how you justify a belief are two different things. What
So
can
what?
justify a belief, which is what you
Mhm.
asked, is just that which exists.
No, no, no.
That's
That's
what
not what I asked.
that's the
That's
truth
not
maker for a proposition, right? Now, how you
okay.
justify it, that just
Mhm.
depends on your theory of knowledge. Now, I don't actually
So
grant
so then
there
earlier
are any good theories of knowledge.
when I
They're
was
different.
asking about knowledge and you said this had nothing to do with knowledge, it does actually
Yeah.
have something to do with knowledge
No,
though,
it
doesn't it?
doesn't. The question you
It
asked had
doesn't.
nothing to do with knowledge. No,
It
literally
doesn't?
nothing. No, what you asked had
Then how do
literally
you
nothing to do
know
with
then how would you know that I
no, no.
responded
How
to a
I would know
yeah,
and
hang
what
on, hang on, hang on,
wait,
hang on,
wait.
hang on,
He's
How
hang
got
I
to
on.
would
finish
know
Let me
asking you the
finish
question
asking
before
the
you can
question,
answer,
dude.
man. Come
Calm
on.
down. Calm
Just
down.
take a
So
breath. Take like
how could
3
it
deep breaths, dude.
yeah,
Holy
so how
shit.
could it be that if you say that I'm answering a question incorrectly, how could it be incorrect if that's not a knowledge claim?
I didn't say it was incorrect. That's the first thing.
Okay, so it
The
was
second thing
correct.
is,
So I
I thought we
correctly
weren't.
answered it?
Wait. I thought we
So
weren't
then
doing.
so I don't know, you said it was an incorrect
Wait,
way. If it's not
I thought we
incorrect, then
weren't.
it's
Wait,
correct.
I thought we weren't doing the interruptions. Also, that's a false dichotomy. It could just be a non-answer.
Okay,
Now, to answer your question about knowledge, right?
so is it an
How,
is that a
yeah,
knowledge claim?
I thought we were not. Look, if you're gonna
Well, I
bitch
just
about
wanna make
interruptions,
sure
when I
that
do that,
all I'm
okay, no,
asking is
I'm
this.
just gonna interrupt you, right? If you want to bitch about interruptions,
All I'm
and interrupt,
asking
I'm
I
just gonna
just
keep interrupting you.
let me actually
So,
answer the
how you
or
come
ask the
to know a
question.
thing depends on your
Yeah,
theory of knowledge, and that has to do
good.
with epistemology.
So let's
The truth
start with
maker of a
yeah,
proposition, yeah,
yeah,
the truth maker of a proposition
yeah.
has nothing to do with epistemology.
Is that a knowledge claim?
Yeah, that's a knowledge claim. Wait,
Okay, great. So then you're make
wait,
so then
wait.
everything
Do
so
you think?
everything
Wait, do you think that has
yes.
anything to do with what I just said?
Yeah, well, yeah, it does.
I
Yes.
just, no, no. I just want to be clear.
Yes, I
Do you
do.
think? Wait, no,
Yes.
no, no, stop. Do you think that a truth maker for a proposition being that which exists has anything to do with minds being in existence, right?
I
Do you
think it
think that
has
can
to
exist mind independently?
I didn't
A
say
truth
any
maker for a proposition. Do you
yeah,
think that can exist mind
yeah,
independently? Yes
I
or no?
didn't say any of that. What I said is
No,
that there's an
that's a question. I never claimed
yeah,
you said
yeah, I
anything.
know.
That was a question.
Yeah, but you did just claim that I said that and I
No,
didn't.
I
So
didn't claim.
just
Look, you keep on blundering and saying false things, and that's why I keep on interrupting you. So just answer with a yes or no.
if you calm down, I'll tell you.
Look, I'm very calm. I just have to be
Okay.
dominant and interrupt you because you like to say
Right.
stupid
There,
things and you like to
bro,
interrupt.
just chill out.
I'm
Okay.
very chill.
What you're making here are knowledge claims.
That's fantastic. Do you think that a truth maker for a proposition can exist mind independently? Yes or no?
Mind independently, a truth maker for a proposition. Truth maker being who? The person who's making the proposition?
No, truth makers don't have to be whom's. They can be anything, right? Like
Okay,
the truth
minds.
maker for the proposition, this tree is in this
Hmm.
location. The
Hmm.
truth maker for that proposition would be if that tree is in that location.
Okay, so truth maker here, you're not saying the truth maker is the mind who's saying that.
No, the truth maker is not the mind who's saying it. The truth maker is the tree being in existence. That's the point.
So then you're saying that the tree would exist absent a mind,
Yeah.
and that's a knowledge claim.
But no, it's stipulated in the
It's not a
hypothetical.
knowledge claim. It's
No,
not.
it's something that's stipulated in
So
the
if I
hypothetical.
say a tree would
Hypothetical.
exist,
If you're
a
asking me,
tree
if you're
would
asking me
exist
like, do
absent
I know
minds,
the hypothetical is structured this way?
that's
The
not a
answer to that is
knowledge.
yes.
That's okay. So if I say a
No,
tree
no,
would
no, no.
exist,
Just to be clear, if
dude,
you're
I don't know
asking
why you
me,
won't let me fucking
yeah,
speak at
no,
all.
yeah, just to be, because I want to be clear. Just to be
Yeah,
clear,
because you were
if
wrong,
you're
dude.
asking
Because
me,
you were
yeah,
wrong.
no, no, no. There was no if I'm wrong. You're just
Yeah,
saying.
no, you were wrong.
Yeah, so if
Objectively
you're
wrong.
asking me, do I know I'm stipulating the hypothetical in this way?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know I'm doing that.
Yeah,
If you're
that's not
asking
what I
me, does the
asked you though.
hypothetical, if you're asking me, does the hypothetical have anything to do with knowledge?
Hmm.
No, that's a retarded question. Or sorry,
Yeah,
moronic
yeah. So,
question.
hypothetical has nothing to do with knowledge.
No, the hypothetical has nothing to do with epistemology.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that hypotheticals had
I
nothing to
grant
do with
you didn't know
knowledge.
that. I grant you don't
Yeah.
know many
No, you're
things.
right. You're right. So
I know.
just get it clear. I want to make sure that you understand what you just said. You just said that if you make a claim that a tree exists absent minds, that's not a knowledge claim.
No, that's not the claim that was being made.
That's literally what
You
you said.
actually, you actually cannot
I'm gonna
fact check
replay
it.
it for you real quick.
Please replay it.
Mystery, real quick, go back, clip out where he just said that so that I can play it for him.
And make sure you clip out where Andrew just said what he thinks I said so we can compare the two. And then when they're not the same, I can laugh at him.
No, you just denied that you said that, right?
Exactly. That's why I said when
Okay.
you take the clip of what you just said and then we
Mhm.
play them together and they're
Yeah.
not the same, I'm gonna laugh at you.
They are the same though. I asked you this
No,
question
I know
and
you think they're the
you
same because
said
you're
no.
often confused, right? You're
Now, I'm not
often
confused
confused.
about
And that's why
anything.
you think they're the same,
But
but
I'll
they're
just
not.
show you. I'm
And
just going
that's
to show
why,
you the
because you're
proof.
confused, I'm going
Yeah.
to laugh at you.
I'm just going to show you the proof. And then you
Totally, yeah.
can't say anything, right?
No, once you show what you think is proof, I'm gonna laugh at you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't understand though why it is that you would say that and then say you didn't say that 5 seconds later. That I don't
Totally.
understand.
Totally, bud.
But anyway, yeah, they're rewinding it and they're going to clip that out for you. So just hang tight for a second.
That's great.
And
Fantastic.
then we can watch you say that if you make the claim, that was actually insane. I hadn't heard that
I hope you
before.
know, because of the bets you agreed to during this stream,
Mhm.
half the money is gonna go to my monastery, the Orthodox monastery I attend. So you're gonna be doing some charity. It's good for
You
you.
don't attend an Orthodox monastery. I don't believe you.
Oh, you don't believe me?
No.
That's great.
Can I go there with you?
I'm very happy. You can actually, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd
What are
have
we
to give
looking
you my
for?
savings. I
What are
mean,
we
we could do like a
what
little video. We could do a little
yeah,
IRL
Mhm.
debate.
yeah,
Yeah, I just
cool.
don't believe you.
What's the thing that we're looking for?
Yeah, so the clip earlier, I asked him if it is the case that you say a tree can exist absent any minds, is that a knowledge claim? He said no. So we just want to grab that real quick.
About how long ago was that?
It wasn't very long ago, maybe 2, 3
Like,
minutes.
okay. All right. Give me a minute.
That's the nice thing we can always do, right? What comes with position is I can have people just go pull up what people said so they can't run away from it. But you have made some, now maybe you can say that I made some blunders in the convo. I would even concede that, but you made way more, dude. Way more blunders in this one. And it's
Andrew, I hope
because
you know that.
it
I don't
became
know if
you.
there are like YouTube channels that go
Mhm.
back and review debates. And if
Oh,
they
yeah,
would
there's
review
tons.
this one,
Mhm.
yeah, there are tons. If they were to review this one and they were to
Yeah.
count the blunders in the conversation,
Mhm.
mine would probably be below 3, and that's really generous. And yours is probably upwards of 25 by right now.
Yeah, what's the blunders that I've made?
I
You
can't keep
literally
track of all of them.
yeah,
There,
you don't know a single one. The truth
well,
is
no,
I
I
answered
know, if you like
yeah,
the first blunder you made was saying you answered a question when you said you would answer
I
it
did
given
answer
certain
the question.
conditions. No, that's not yeah.
It
So that's
was an
another blunder.
answer. Wasn't
That's
it an
actually another
answer?
blunder that you made. We can make that 26.
Wasn't that an
Um,
answer?
no, I said it was a non-answer, but
Oh,
you
okay.
don't know what that is
What made
because
it a
you don't.
non-answer?
Yeah, well, because it didn't answer the question. I thought I gave you
Actually,
an analogy to demonstrate this to you. Maybe I need to give it again. If
yeah,
I
give it
ask
again.
you what day it is and you say, "Can you fuck me in the ass?"
Mhm.
That's your response.
Do you think
It's
that
not
that's
an answer.
do you think that's analogous?
I do.
So you think that, if you asked a person what day it was and they said, "I don't know off the top of my head, but I think with more information, I could figure out what day it was," that's not answering your question?
No, that wouldn't be an
Why
answer.
that no, that's not answering the question. Okay.
No,
Oh, okay.
that wouldn't be. And just to be clear, that's not analogous to what you said. But no, it still wouldn't be an answer.
No, I
No,
know,
it'd be
but
a
you just said
response.
it's not answering a question. I mean, it's clearly answering a
No, it's
question, right?
not. No, it's.
I
I
mean,
mean, maybe
it
clearly.
clearly
Look,
is.
I agree that you think it's clearly answering the question, but that's because you're stupid.
No,
Any
okay.
rational person would say it's not an answer to the question.
It's not?
Do I need to repeat everything?
Yeah, I mean, this is just mind-blowing to me. It sure sounds like an answer to the question.
I grant your mind's blown.
Mhm, it is.
You got the clip?
Actually, it is, yes. I think he's pulling it, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, give him a second.
Oh, can the people who are in here type in chat without the perms or whatever it is?
I don't know if they can type in chat or not.
Yo, Moxie, can you try typing in chat if you can? Well, while we have this pause, I just want to shout out. I can't.
Shut up, dude, shut up. Don't shout other people's channels out in here.
No, I'm not going to shout out their channels. I'm
No,
going to
don't
shout out.
shout out anybody, don't shout out
Oh,
anybody.
that's crazy.
Don't do it. I wouldn't do it on your channel either, by the way.
I would give you permission.
Yeah, but do you understand why that's a good safeguard to have for channels? It's not to say
Yeah.
that you're shouting somebody out who doesn't deserve it. It's just to say that obviously people can shout out certain things or about people who can be problematic. Right? Like, let's say you went to a channel and you're like, "I'm gonna try to shout out," and then you name some famous fucking Nazi or something like that, right? That would obviously be really bad for
Oh yeah, but I
somebody's
wasn't going
channel.
to shout out like.
I'm not
I wasn't
saying you
gonna do that.
were, but that's why the
No, no, no.
policy
I
exists.
understand. I
Who
understand.
cares? You were being a dink anyway. You don't get to shout out shit on the channel. Shut up.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I was agreeing with the rule. Relax, bro. Damn, you're gonna wake your
Are
wife.
you sure you're gonna tell anybody to relax, dude? You've been spurging the
I
fuck
think
out this
I've
entire
been.
time.
I
And you
think
know
I've
what's
been
really
very
funny?
relaxed.
I think you could have made me look worse on this if you hadn't spurged out so bad.
I mean, look. I know you think it was a spurg out. It was just
It
me
was a
being.
fucking spurged
Sort.
out,
Look.
dude.
Look. I produce a lot of testosterone because I often eat red meat and I'm usually in the gym. I'm in great shape. I know
Why
you
do you
can't.
act like such a bitch?
Um, I don't know why the female decided to pipe up, but I know you can't relate.
All right,
And
buddy.
that's why when I talk, it's sort of domineering, right?
How many
It
It's sort of
doesn't
children do you
sound
have?
bold.
dominant. It just sounds like you're
And the
spurging out.
reason, right, why you felt sort of intimidated and felt like I was spurging is because I was just dominating you the entire conversation,
Oh, I see.
No,
intellectually,
no. Talking
rhetorically,
over people and being a
et cetera, et
petulant
cetera.
child is not
No,
dominating. You're
like when
just
I was talking
acting
over
like
you,
a
right? It
fucking
was to
child,
correct you.
dude.
It was a sort
Yeah.
of
I could
discipline. Yeah, it
talk
was
over
just a
you
bit
all
of
day. It
discipline,
doesn't mean
right?
I'm winning
I mean, look,
anything.
we know what the
It just
scripture
means like
says.
I could,
A
yeah.
loving father disciplines his children. That's sort of what I was doing to you
Yeah,
two,
well,
right?
unfortunately, you didn't have one, and that's why you
Oh my
act
god!
this
Talk
way.
about spurging out. You're yelling. yelling. Like, are you
No, I'm
are you
not. I've
PMSing? Do
raised
I need
my
to get
voice
you?
slightly. Dude,
Do you
see, again,
prefer
this is
look?
more
Do you
like
prefer
peak
tampons or
fucking
pads?
female behavior.
Look,
I
just
put a little bit
tampons
of
or pads?
attitude in my voice. Oh my God, stop
Tampons
yelling
or
at
pads?
me.
Look, just
Oh,
tampons or
Andrew,
pads?
oh, your buddy is yelling at me.
We pick you up
Oh,
some ice
clutch your
cream too,
pearls
maybe a
harder,
heating
dude.
pad. We could watch a
Clutch
movie,
your
cuddle
fucking
together.
pearls harder, buddy boy.
Is this the start or end of your cycle? I just want to know.
Oh, fucking burn. You got me, bud. Oh,
Hey,
your
thanks.
fucking
I'm glad
6
you.
friends are going to think you're so fucking cool for this.
Well, it's 7, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
You look, you sounded like a radio host when you did that. Anytime. That shit was hard. You should do that. You got a voice for it.
Yeah, your mother agrees. She likes when I whisper in her ear.
Anyway, the interesting thing that you'll find about me too, man, is that even on an isolated topic like this, like let's say veganism, name the trade, even if I lose every point in a debate like that, I don't care. It only makes me better for the next time if I come up against the worldview. It's never bothered me to lose debates, ever. In this case, though, I think if he had just calmed down, we could have walked through it, right? You would have had some pretty good points that you could have made. But what you did instead, like when you said that shit about no, that was mind blowing to me. Now, I'm actually happy if you want to take a step back and you want to talk about NTT. I'm actually happy to do that. But just don't spurg the fuck out and freak out. It's a better experience for me and the audience. Do you want to do that?
No, we could have a nice, good faith, linear discussion. Like, there's no issues for me. But
Okay, good.
I do want to be clear. There was no spurging out. It
Oh,
was
come
just
on,
me making
dude.
sure you
Come
didn't say
on,
Oh,
any
you're
false
dude.
no, dude. You're completely
You
spurred
were
out.
spurging out,
You
bro.
were going full
Oh,
Jerry
also, it's
Springer,
raining
like
around me. Can you
3
hear
or
the
4
rain?
times, dude. 3 or 4 times you had to be reined in from your Jerry Springer-esque spurg,
Yes,
repeating yourself
rained
7
in.
times in a
You hear
row.
the rain around me? It's pretty loud. Can you guys hear it?
Again, dude. Sometimes I think this guy just talks
That
to
was a
hear his own
serious
fucking
question. I
voice.
don't want it to mess up the audio.
Don't you sound fine.
Anyway, you were freaking out pretty hard at the beginning of this, yeah.
Check your
You've
DMs.
calmed down. You've calmed down a lot
Totally,
now,
totally.
but you were freaking out earlier, yeah.
I know we could keep it like this the rest of the discussion. That's fine, but
Yeah, but
that just
why?
doesn't
Like, what
acknowledge
was
me.
the point? What was the point of that? I don't even understand. Like,
Oh,
what did it do
because
for you?
I've seen some of your videos. You have this like tendency to interject and overtalk.
Okay, hang on. I think I got the clip. Hang on. That's it. I just played the clip. Here, I'm gonna send it to you though. In case you probably
Wait, I
couldn't
didn't
hear
hear
it. I
you.
know you probably couldn't hear it, but I am going to right now
Uh,
send you the clip and prove to you that you did in fact say that, and that'll be
Here,
the
just
end of
send it.
this. Yes, I'll just send it to you. But I just played it on stream for the audience, and now you know.
Well,
But hang
I
on, I
don't
just
know.
downloaded
Maybe
it.
I
I'm
do.
sending. I promise, I'm sending it to you right now.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. What's your handle in this Discord again? I'm sorry.
It's saucy.
Saucy.
Okay, hang on.
He's the only one with the mic unmuted
Yep.
other than me.
Okay, here you go, Saucy.
Thank you very much.
How do I DM you? Here, you know what? I'll give it to Mr. E, and he can
Oh, I
DM
have
you.
it. I sent it to you. I can't
Oh,
send it
well,
over
send.
Discord. It's too big.
Oh, it's too big. Saucy, how can I send this clip to you?
Saucy, go on Rumble and rewind the stream and just listen to it yourself.
All
How
right,
about
hold
that?
on. I'm gonna
You
deafen
just
her.
played it on stream, right? I have the stream
Yeah,
muted
I
because I'm in
literally
here.
just played it on stream. Yes,
Yeah.
literally just played it. And now you got to pay up, bro, because you did say it. And you bet me $1,000 you didn't say it. So now you got to pay up. You can send that through the dono chat, by the way.
The link is pinned to the top of the YouTube chat.
But you literally said, no, that's not a knowledge claim. And then immediately contradicted that by saying it was. It's really strange. That's why you don't spurg, bro. Don't spurg in debates. It's bad to do. You don't do
It's
it.
turned out to be a pretty good invasion, Andrew.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could give 200 subs too. That would be fine. I'm just fine with him just acknowledging that he said that. I'm fine with that. As long as he acknowledges that hey, I did say that. It was a stupid thing to say. Obviously stupid. I got
All right,
way
there
ahead
we
of
go. I
myself.
just listened to it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
You
yeah. Do you think that's what you claimed I said?
Oh, bro.
No,
Yes.
I feel like
Yes, that is
just be
yes,
as good faith,
yes,
just be as good faith as
yes,
possible.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, yeah,
That's what I claimed you said, and that's exactly
Mhm.
what you said. Yes.
yeah, that's false. That's not what you claimed I said, but that doesn't really matter.
Okay, hang on. I'll
Do
pull
you
the clip.
think? I
I'll
just
tell
want to
you
be.
what. I'll tell you what. I'll pull up the clip of me claiming it too, and then.
Yeah,
But
please
you
do
owe
that.
me
Please do that.
$1,000. Okay,
No,
Haas,
no,
go ahead
I don't.
and grab
That's
that too,
that's
and
confused.
then he'll send me the $1,000.
Yeah.
That's it.
Was that what you think we were actually really talking about before that, though, Andrew? This is never gonna stop,
Definitely.
dude.
I just
The
want to be.
cope
I
is
just want to be clear.
limitless.
I want to be
Yeah.
clear. Do you think that's a knowledge?
Oh, that
claim?
would be a first.
Yeah. Do you think
Let's
that's a
hear
knowledge
it.
claim? Look, can the female in the peanut
Well,
gallery
even
pipe down?
let's just say let's just assume for a second
Look, Andrew, if we're
that
gonna keep this good faith and linear,
yeah, I'm
I
going to
do
keep it
need
good faith. I'm
succinct
going to keep it
answers.
good faith.
I,
Just
I do
listen to
need
what
succinct answers.
listen to what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
Even if it were the case that both of us were completely wrong, what you said here was that what I just played, and then immediately contradicted it after by saying, no, I never claimed that at all, even though I gave it back to you verbatim because I actually take notes as we're talking. I don't know if you know this or not, but I do this.
I do know you take.
And you did in fact say that, and I think you owe me a bunch of money, bro.
You didn't say that. That's not what you said.
Well, I did though.
Okay, then play
And
the
I'm
clip.
going to give you the clip for that too. I'll
Yeah,
give you
yeah,
the clip for that too.
yeah,
And when I asked you specifically, you're saying that's a knowledge claim? No. And then you
uh-huh.
seconds later, when I said, wait, it's not a knowledge claim for you to say that, you were like, no, that is a knowledge claim.
No,
So
no, 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 no,
that's
no.
you
Just to be clear, I
contradicting
know
yourself, bro.
exactly. No, 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 no. I know exactly what the clarification was. I
Oh.
said the hypothetical that was stipulated is not a knowledge claim. I said if you're asking me, do I know I'm stipulating the hypothetical this way? That's a knowledge claim. That's what I said verbatim.
No, that was a qualification that came much later, actually, a couple of minutes after.
Yeah, that was the qualification.
And it
that
was
I
probably,
made.
and here, can I ask you to be honest with me? Like, be totally honest with me.
Yeah,
Right?
totally
Don't
honest.
lie to me. Are people right now, as you're debating with me, DMing you and you're reading the DMs from people who are on your side?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No way, bro.
And so what happened is a lot of the times that you're giving these
Is that like
qualifiers,
is that an
a
issue?
lot
I'm
of
just curious.
the times that you're giving these qualifiers, the qualifiers aren't even yours. You're giving me qualifiers from other people. I'm not even debating you. I'm debating with 14
Oh
people.
no. You asked me if I'm reading DMs from people who support me. They're telling you me. Look, I'll read the DMs to you. Hold
Read
on.
them.
Yeah, I'll read them.
He's just gonna read.
The clip cut
Come on,
out.
Andrew.
Hold on. This is from. Can I say the name of the person it's from?
Sure.
Yeah, this is from Lemons Are Yummy too. The clip cut out the second you said no. Feel like they did that to remove content. You made him look dumb. You're funny as fuck. I'm going back to bed, but good night, King. That's
No.
one of them.
Read the debate help they're giving you.
No, there isn't any. I mean, I got
You
another DM from
literally just
Haji.
said that there was. You literally just
Wait,
said there was.
no.
Dude.
You asked me if I was getting messages from supporters. not
I
if they were
said, are you
helping me in the
getting
debate.
messages from supporters for debate help? And you said yes.
No, you didn't say for
Yes.
debate. Why do
Okay,
you,
so then
Andrew,
I'll ask
look,
you. I'll just ask you
you
directly.
can't
Hang
keep
on. I'll
lying.
ask
You can't
directly.
keep
I'll ask
lying.
directly. I'll ask directly. Did you get any messages which you read from other people in terms of this debate that were sending you information that you could use in this debate?
No, the closest thing I
Not
got
a
to that.
single person.
Not a
Okay.
single one. No, the closest thing
Uh,
I got to that was Ann debates, the one who bullied you on live, by the way. She
when
just
did
told
she
me that
bully
she was
me live?
recording the entire thing on the whatever
Yeah.
podcast. I didn't watch though. I just
She
know she
lost
bullied
that
me.
whole exchange.
Totally, yeah. I
It
got
wasn't
another
even
message from
close. That one
Haji.
wasn't even close.
Okay, I got another message from Haji. He just asked me if I was debating you. I said yes, and then he said,
Uh-huh.
"Yeah, I'm watching." I
Mhm.
got the DMs from Ann. She just told me to keep it
Now,
linear, bud.
nobody
I
after
guess
the
I can,
stream is going to send me DMs of
Um,
them having sent you DMs that you read, right? That's not going to happen because that's going to make you look real bad if that happens, bro.
no, they could all send all of this to you. Oh, and then
Okay.
there's May here. Saucy, yo, he said Saucy, yo on ass, cool. This isn't even intelligible. It's Saucy, you on ass, cool wit, WIGGA. I don't know if we could say
Mm,
that there.
okay.
Oh, and then we got my boy Seth here. He just keeps saying, shout me out. I'm not going to do that, though. You asked me not to. But yeah, those are
Yeah, I
some of
did.
the DMs I got. Yeah.
I did, and
Hey,
it's
I
not.
got an idea.
By the
Let's do
way,
a
that
watch
wasn't.
party of the whole debate so we can go
Yeah,
over what
that
everybody said.
wasn't
Fuck.
that wasn't to be malicious. By the way, the only
Mhm.
reason I asked that is because it protects the integrity of my channel. You understand that, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna shop. Oh, and then we got another one from my homie Star. She said, "I'm bullying you." My boy Jarp said, "Bully the mod more." They don't like you.
Bro, you haven't
Oh,
bullied anybody.
oh,
No.
we got my girl Glock in here. W Glock, yes sir.
Mhm.
She just said you're stupid. We got my boy Ice here. I said you're
Wait,
dumb.
Glock said I'm stupid.
Oh no, Glock didn't say you're stupid. That was me adding that in. She just DM'd me, keep it up, King. And then we got
Okay, so
Linda here.
you're
Linda.
lying. So you just continuously
No.
lying
I
to me.
confused.
Yeah.
I confused the DMs. My boy
Oh, you
Linda
confused
here.
me.
You
Sorry, not my
confused
boy.
what you were the thing you were looking at reading
No, I
while
got a
you were reading
DM
it.
from
I
Linda.
was
I got a
confused.
DM from
All right,
Linda.
how long are we gonna do
Whoop.
this, dude?
I got a
Yeah.
DM from Linda as I was reading.
Nobody gives a shit
Relax.
about your fucking stupid DMs from Linda. All
My
right?
bestie Linda here said, "Bestie killing it right now." Andrew, stupid. Keep it up, King. W.
Mhm. Well, I
Oh,
mean,
May clarified what they
I
said. He
mean,
said cook. He didn't say cook. Yeah.
here's the thing though. You
Are you
got
done with this
caught,
fucking idiot?
and I played it live, and now you know, and you owe me some money. But anyway, I
Oh
appreciated the
wait, can I go back?
conversation.
You
I
ain't
got a
getting it.
definite. You played
You
it
ain't
live.
got $1,000. You'd have to
Like,
have
you see what you said
$1,000 to
live?
be able to
That's
fucking
true.
pay it.
That is fair.
Wait, you okay? Great. I'm gonna go definite and listen to it.
Yeah, go listen to it.
All right.
Anyway, but
You done with this
you
fucking idiot?
yeah, I'm done. But anyway, you have a wonderful evening, man. I hope you got whatever you think you were looking for out of this.
Oh, he thinks he did. He thinks it's a massive W for him.